Oh, why you no game? Sonic the Hedgehog mods. Hello there and welcome once again. This is Andre the Game Idea Guy. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Why You Know Game. This one on the thoughts of, well, more or less my thoughts on what should be done with the Sonic mods, or not really the mods, but the modders in the community for the Sonic the Hedgehog games, and what Sega could do to revive the franchise and put it in a more positive light. Now, first off, there are many great modders in the community. One such modder is Marky Jester. He's one of my favorite modders as far as the Sonic modding community goes, because he comes up with these excellent concepts. I just wish he did more like full-fledged games, because it would be awesome if he was to be working on like some really full-fledged mods. But I mean, he does a lot of stuff that gets your head to turn once you play it. That said, Sega has like a welding pot of like game developers in front of them, and I mean I think they've dug into this community before. Like the guy went by the alias Stealth before, but I think he's the one who did the recent developments for the Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2 remastered, Sonic CD. I think he's also done Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or they're working on it or something along those lines. Which is all good. That's fine and dandy and all. But that's not exactly the best way to utilize the talent of these people who can take their game code, flip it, and turn it into something else, actually turn it into something more than what it was before. I think, honestly, what Sega's best bet would be to do, since they don't really have any teams that can really work very well on the 2D style Sonic games, they should take some of the people from this modding community and bring them in to actually make new Sonic games off of the engines of the original 3 that were on Sega, and then move them over to other platforms. Since you already have someone who is capable of moving these games to other platforms, it would make sense to have teams that can be put together who can make new Sonic games that are basically just mods of the old games, but you could actually sell this stuff because it's not already out there. I'm not saying take any of the current mods that are out. I'm saying make new mods. Have them make some new mods, but utilize those mods to, one, put Sonic back in the positive light, because everybody who's played Sonic games generally like the original 3 or 4 games, which would be Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic and Knuckles, and possibly Sonic CD. People tend to enjoy that style of Sonic more. So why not use that community to its fullest potential and, make some new Sonic stories, make some new games. Now, that said, I also would like for them to dig into the fan game community. Same premise. But in this situation, you have a bunch of people building stuff from scratch in trying to mimic the older engine. There are several out there that I've enjoyed myself. I wish that the creator of Sonic X.G could get in contact with Sega, and they could pay him to actually like make that a full-fledged game and finish it, because I think he's actually canceled it last I heard, because he's moving on to making his own newer project, something that he can make money from. And I don't blame him. But Sonic XG would be a great Sonic game if it was put out. Just put it out and like get Sega. Sega could just be like, okay, we're going to do this as a what if story. This could be our what if Sonic 4. And that would be cool. It could still retain its name. It doesn't have to overwrite Sonic 4. It could just be a what if story, like a parallel timeline. Very similar to what they do with the Archie comic series. So again, opportunity right there. Then there's another one called Sonic Rebirth, that someone had done. And I was like, it's really just Sonic 1 with like up-res textures. It looks a lot better. The sprites are much better looking. The animation is quite a bit smoother, and it combines some of the Sega Master System levels with the main Sonic, with the Sega Genesis game. So, and I think Game Gear and Master System Sonic were the same thing. So I'm like, another opportunity there. And then there's the Sonic Worlds engine that's out. It's not being. I mean, I know it's being used by people to make fan games, but it would be another interest, another interesting path to follow. Another Sonic fan game that I like, Sonic Before the Sequel, which could just be a what if replacement for Sonic CD. I mean, it meets the requirements. So I mean, and it's actually pretty good. I've beaten it a couple times myself, so I know it's a good game. But I don't know, I just feel like Sega and many other companies are wasting opportunities to revive franchises that people are actually trying to get or want to see be good again. And they have these fan communities that literally are building better games than they are. And they're not like, oh, this hold on. They're not even like checking into this. Like, hold on, like these guys are making our games better than us. Well, hell, let's bring them on board. I wish companies would do that more often. I so wish companies would do that more often. Then we'd have a lot better games out, and there'd be more variety of games because franchises that we love would still be around, and then and newer franchises would still be coming out without replacing the old ones. And when I say replacing the old ones, I don't mean necessarily replacing their position, replacing them as that type of game in the industry, just replacing their position, and it could be something completely different. But that's just my thoughts on it. Again, I just feel like it's a missed opportunity. It's something that could be awesome, but they're like not not interested in any way, shape, or form to kind of like do this the right way. That's what it feels like. It just feels like they're just so not interested. They're like, well, why do we have to do that? Why do we have to go to these people? They're taking our IP and doing things with it that we didn't approve of, but not necessarily bad things. These things could be potentially good for you if you knew how to utilize it. And that's my thoughts. That's for any company. That's for Sega, Nintendo, especially Capcom. Sometimes looking at what your fans do with your IP and what they see in it is a good thing. It's not necessarily a disrespect to the original developers, but a fan's passion for that series, that they love it that much that they want to see more of it, and we have fans making more of it. But I'm done. That's really it for me. Thank you guys very much for listening in. Keep your eyes and ears out for more and more stuff. And until the next time, please enjoy your games. Peace out.